What is up, guys? German Muscle back with another video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of the faded paint and make it back to vibrant where it's shiny. So this spoiler right here is off of a Honda Accord. I got it from my Honda, but it's black and it doesn't match, so it's just been sitting. So to get started, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. First thing you want to do is grab your 1500 grit sandpaper. Got mine, and you guys can just get some like soap. It don't matter what kind you guys use. Just make sure that you guys keep it wet. I also did a video on how to restore your headlights. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave the video down here so you guys can check that out. So let's get started. So first things first, you grab your 1500 grit sandpaper, and what you do is you just sand it. You sand the whole entire area. I'm just going to do a little spot on here just to show you guys what it looks like when you sand it, and how it looks now without sanding it. So I'm going to go ahead and sand this down, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. Alright guys, so once you get done sanding, get you a little rag and go over it. You guys can tell the difference in the sound of the rag when I go over the spot that I just sanded. Like right here is real loud. It starts to get quiet. That's what you want. You want to get rid of all that rough stuff, so it's really smooth when you guys glide the rag over it. So now I'm going to let this dry, and any spot that I missed, I'm going to go back over. This is for this is clear coat peeling. There's actually no clear coat left on it, but this will still work on paint. So don't get scared about sanding down your paint. It's perfectly fine. I'll show you guys exactly how to do it and how to make your paint really shiny again. So stay tuned. Alright, so if you guys can tell, right in here is where I sanded it down at. You guys can see the marks. Over here is kind of clear, and over here is all scratched up. So I'm going to show you guys how to buff this out. You guys can do it by hand, but it just takes a really long time, and it doesn't really turn out the way you guys want it to. So just get a little buffer. I have this one right here. These go for like 30 bucks at AutoZone. This is a little 10-inch one. And you want to get some compound, Meguiar's compound. And this is the best stuff you guys can get. Yeah, so I mean, I've used it on all my cars and it works really good. So get you some compound, dab it on here, put you a lot on there, and then get your buffer on there and start buffing it. And then once you're done buffing it, it should be really shiny. So I'm gonna get this done real quick. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like after. Alright guys, so after you get done buffing it out, it should be really shiny depending on what the condition of your paint is in. If it's like really faded like this right here, sand it down, get it smooth, buff it. If it still comes out like kind of cloudy like this right here, then get some wax and grease remover, wipe it on there, and then go ahead and repaint your car. And if you don't want to repaint your car or repaint whatever you guys are trying to bring the color back in, just buff it some more, and it'll just go back to a cloudy look, depending on like how much you guys actually sand out and how much you guys actually buff in. So here's the before, what it used to look like, and you guys can tell this is what it looks like now. Still kind of cloudy, but at least you guys can see the phone in the reflection. I didn't sand all this right here. but you guys can tell where it's been wet sanded and buffed at. So I'm going to wet sand and buff this entire piece. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like after. I'm going to try to get rid of all this cloudy stuff as much as I can. It's not going to turn out 100% clear and perfect, but it does help a little bit to do this. It really depends on how bad your paint is. Like I said, like if it's this bad right here, then you can only do it to a certain extent. Like this right here, you'll see like cloudy spots in it. So I'm gonna get this side knocked out. I'll get right back. Alright guys, so this is basically what it should look like once you get it all sanded with 1500 grit and 2000 grit sandpaper. I went over and resanded everything, even right here where you can like kind of see the reflection of that. This right here, if you guys are getting this problem right here, sand it down a little bit more. Try to get rid of all of that roughness. So if you guys got this problem, just keep sanding. Alright guys, so like I said earlier, really depends on your paint condition. As you guys can tell, that's a little bit reflective. This right here may need to be sanded down more, but I'm not really worried about it because I'm not going to put this on my car. Figured I'd just give you guys a little video on how to restore your paint. As you guys can tell, this whole entire part over here was non-reflective. Now it is a little bit. Over here is like the sweet spot of it. So, like I said, depends on your paint condition. If your paint condition is like this, then it's going to come out looking like this, depending on how much time you guys spend on it. You really just want to use 1500 grit sandpaper and sand down everything, and then wipe it off, let it dry, and then like if you guys missed a spot anywhere, go back over it, and then once you get done with that, take 2000 grit and then sand it down like that, and then repeat the process until it's all completely like white, and then wipe it down with some alcohol, let that dry, and then come through with some Meguiar's Ultimate Compound and buff it out. It does exactly what this says right here, depending on your paint condition. Like I said, if your paint condition is like this right here, depending on how much time you guys spend on it, this is what it's going to come out looking like. This is only like maybe 5 minutes of sanding, 1500 and 2000 grit sandpaper, probably like 5 minutes a piece of sanding, and like not even 5 minutes of buffing it. So it's pretty shiny, but it's not like 100%. It's not something that somebody would be happy with. Maybe, I don't know, it depends on your standards really. But as you guys can tell, it's really reflective in some spots. But if you guys ain't happy with the way it turns out, all you have to do is take some alcohol or some wax and grease remover and wipe the entire thing down, front and back, sides and all that, and let it sit. And then just go ahead and repaint everything, and then clear coat it. Like, one thing you gotta do is just like lay a coat down, a really light coat, and then wait like 10 to 15 minutes, and then come back through and lay another coat down. And you want to keep doing it until the entire area is completely covered, and then let that dry overnight, and then come back the next morning and clear coat everything. And then once that dries, I'd wait a week and then come back and try to do this method right here that I just did, wet sand and buff the clear coat, and that will bring it to a nice shine just like this. So that's it for this video. If it was helpful, if you guys liked it, leave a like on it, comment down below what you guys think about the video. You guys need help on any sandpaper questions or stuff like that. I answer all comments. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe if you want to. I'm always doing videos on like how-to videos and DIY stuff. So if you guys want to subscribe for more. And that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.